5, 4.
Unscripted, unshackled, uncouth.
What you're about to hear is for more mature audiences only.
It's Miguel and Holly, Uncensored.
Hello and welcome to Miguel and Holly Uncensored. This is our off-air podcast that we do 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Also, you can check our Sunday sessions, which you'll be able to hear producer Kelvin's makeup Sunday session.
Absolutely.
Do you know what it's going to be about?
As per usual, it's going to be a surprise.
Surprise.
A surprise.
Yeah.
A lovely surprise.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
We love a surprise.
Yeah, who doesn't love a surprise?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Also, you can check out our other podcasts like Miguel and Holly Full Show, Queen City Confessions, and Blown Off. I wanted to get my mom on the phone.
Yeah.
To talk about something that she has been very concerned about.
Oh.
And I didn't want to laugh. I wanted to take her very seriously. But this may be something that you have been noticing wherever you live. If you're in Charlotte or the Tampa Bay area or in the Atlanta area, there's a phenomenon happening that my mom has been stressed about.
Oh, God.
So I wanted to bring her on to see if anybody else has noticed this.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Hey, son. I'm good. How are you?
Good. I have you on. You're on the podcast with Holly and Kelvin.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Holly. Hey, Kelvin.
Hey, Miss Angela. How you doing?
I'm good. Haven't talked to y'all in a minute.
Yeah. No, it's been a minute.
Summertime has been a little crazy for everybody, but
No, y'all just stay in one place. Y'all can't be still.
No, this is true. Yeah, summertime.
Yeah.
We needed it. We needed it.
Mm-hmm.
Mom.
Yes, you do. Yes, all those years that I know you and Holly. I don't know about Kelvin. Well, like I say, that's one thing about Kelvin. Kelvin gonna take his time off.
That's what I signed up for. On my contract says those PTO days, and I'm gonna use them.
Yeah.
That's
Miguel and I are
right. That's
just
right.
using ours now.
Yeah, Holly and I I think, finally, as we've reached, later on in life, we're
Middle age.
Yes. I didn't want to say that.
Yeah.
I don't like it either, but it's not far from the truth.
But
So,
it's true. It's true.
Anyway,
y'all got to do like Kelvin, get those mental health days in.
I've never taken a mental health day in my life, but yeah, I hear you.
Oh, Mom.
So what's going on with y'all folks today?
We need to have a conversation about what you called me and texted me about last week, because I'm concerned, and I wanted to see if other people have been noticing this phenomenon that you have been very thoughtful about.
Man, I had a freaking brain aneurysm. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh no.
When you look up in the sky, what have you been noticing recently?
About the clouds. The clouds.
what about the clouds?
What about the clouds?
Miguel, show them the pictures. The
Oh.
clouds are thicker. They don't look the same color. They look closer to us on the ground. Something is going on with the clouds. I don't care what y'all say. Nobody else.
Now hold on. Have you
I'm not
seen this
fucking
somewhere?
crazy now.
No, you're not.
Hold on a second though.
No.
I want to know if you noticed this yourself or did you read this online somewhere?
No, myself.
Oh.
Every time I go outside, I look up at the sky because it's been raining so much lately. And I'm like, let me see if the clouds are dark or do I need to take the umbrella or what's going on.
Mhm.
This is me.
Okay.
Nobody else, I haven't heard anybody else say anything about it.
Right. You may be the first one on the case.
No. I feel like this is a widespread thing, actually.
No,
This is not.
Have
This
you
isn't-
shared this with your neighbors or anything? Have you told anybody else? Have they agreed with you?
Well, Ty, I mentioned it to Ty.
That's her brother and my uncle.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What did he say?
I mentioned it to him. And he agreed with me.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
he agreed with me.
All right, so I'm
Are you
trying.
calling me to try to be smart to think I'm fucking crazy?
No, okay, well, okay. Two
Well,
things
you
can
hear
be.
his voice. You hear his
Wait,
voice.
no. Two things can be true. Yes.
I heard his voice today when I mentioned it to him.
Mhm.
He was like, okay, Mom, you need to find something to do.
Oh no.
Okay, like I said,
I'm investigating these clouds.
you are. You are.
That's
the
what you're
title.
doing.
Absolutely. Chief Investigative Officer of Clouds. Now, listen,
Yeah.
two things can be true. Yes, I think it's a little crazy, but also, as a person who's watched so many apocalyptic alien movies,
Yeah.
it's always the person who's like the canary in the coal mine that's like, hey, something is up, and maybe this could be it. So, yes,
Okay.
I do think it's crazy, but then this also could be something that we should be worried about.
You're the
All right.
canary.
So Miguel has sent us photos.
And I'm going to pop them up for the video for those of you that are watching.
Okay. Now, to be fair, Mom,
Yeah.
the picture, these pictures, the clouds are very striking. You're not wrong. Like, there's very striking cloud patterns, and especially like this one that looks like it's about to thunderstorm.
Mhm.
Obviously, like that's very, I mean, it's an interesting cloud pattern to me, but I'm just to be absolutely honest with you, I'm not sure that I'm seeing anything different from like it used to be, but it is something. Like it's very, oh wow, type of thing.
Y'all used to be so drunk back in the days. Y'all couldn't tell if a cloud looked different or not.
We wasn't drunk all the time. That was just on the weekends. I saw clouds.
Wait a second. So it's my fault because I was drunk?
But during the week you was working, so you couldn't look up. But on the weekend, enjoy that outside view. Y'all so damn drunk, you think that was normal.
Wait, okay, so at what point did these clouds change? Like, when did you start noticing this?
When did Trump go in the office?
Oh, here we go.
You know
Here
what?
we go.
I actually like this
No,
path. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm not about to be like Randy, but what Randy says is.
And
the
by the
truth.
way,
I
that is,
agree
hold
with
on,
him.
that's Abe's dad, who is
Okay.
very much a big liberal and fights with conservatives on his social
Facebook
media
for fun.
Yes, that it's literally a pastime of his.
And I love it.
Me too.
And so does Abe.
I know Abe came in like a pit bull one day on one guy.
Oh, I know. Both of them be tag teaming. The Gattakeans just be tag teaming these poor old men that Randy knew from back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, they need to keep their mouth closed.
Okay, hold on. Let's not get on that subject because that's just a never.
We
All right.
can't go down that road.
So I am pulling up some of these pictures.
So if you're on YouTube or the Facebook Live, you'll be able to see these photos that Miss Angela has taken.
All right. So, Mom, right now, I have one of the pictures of the clouds.
It's actually quite pretty. Like the clouds are pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
There's some, like an overhead one.
Every day.
Oh.
This
so has it been?
Day. It's not just when it rains and the one that's really dark, that's over my complex. This shit happens every day.
Okay, so when you
sound like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, now as I am looking, okay, I'm investigating a little further. We're gonna take this very seriously. I mean, like some of the clouds, like over here where my mouse is, like they do seem to be a little more bulbous than what I've seen in the past. So I mean, I can give you that they look a little bit more aggressive than what I've noticed before.
I mean, I've been seeing bulbous clouds my whole life. Like we learned about them, right, in school, like cumulus clouds and stratus.
Well, I guess I wasn't paying attention in school, so they didn't talk about the clouds and. Shit.
Well,
Is this
I
considered
learned about
overcast?
different types of clouds, right? I'm gonna look them up so I don't sound like an idiot here. Hold on a second. Types of clouds.
All right, so this is so tell us about this aggressive one, Mom, over your apartment complex.
Tell you about it. I can't tell you as strong.
No.
All right, now hold on. So,
Shit, I don't know why that's what I'm trying to find out.
So
why have they changed like this?
So let's get down to the brass tacks.
Mhm.
You think Trump has something to do with these clouds?
Please explain to me why it's been so much rain, so much flooding, so many people dying from this terrible weather. I mean, just pop up all of a sudden. You driving, and then next thing you know, your car is floating down the interstate or the street.
Would you say that it's maybe due to climate change, possibly? Like
Global warming?
global warming, things like that?
I'm not a scientist. I don't know. That's what I'm asking y'all. That's what I'm telling y'all.
Okay, so
Got
you've
it.
All I
noticed the
know since
change.
Trump been
Right.
out.
Yeah.
Got
Well,
Yes.
this has been happening for a while. I mean, even back to Biden, Obama, this is something, and now being very serious, this is the consequences of what we've done to the planet. Is by, I mean, yes, not one person can change it. It's not Trump's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's
Just
sort of
like it's not. Well, I mean, you have to understand. Like here's why. It's not funny at all, but it's interesting
Right,
because
right.
when Biden was president, you had a lot of sort of the more conspiratorial Republicans that were like, the
Mhm.
weather is different. It's Biden's fault. They're seeding the clouds. They're causing the hurricanes. And everybody was like, no, they're not. Well, now, I mean, Trump's president and the same type of weather is happening. However, I feel like we've kind of turned on its head a little bit where, maybe some liberals are like, well, I didn't notice this before, but I do now. So obviously it's the Republicans that are doing shit to the clouds and the environment and stuff. But I do think that we have been having these more severe weather patterns. I would say probably maybe within the last
Probably 20 years.
Yes, I think 20 years because
When you
I
think
want
about
to say
Katrina, I mean,
I was going to say Katrina, but then I was like, am I right to say 05? But
Yeah.
yes, 20
Yeah.
years. So Katrina for me was one of the most significant weather events of my entire life. And then from there, and I know that some people will say like some, born and raised Floridians will say, what was it? Was it Charlie in 04?
Andrew, too.
Andrew,
But that was a
something.
long time ago.
So Floridians will say, well, no, things have been happening for longer, but I'm talking about like destruction and devastation have really been like up in the ante since Katrina.
I mean, when you look at our hurricane season and like how, I mean, even go back 10 years ago, like when we first got to Tampa the second time around, and usually after Labor Day, because there would always be something in this time period where like this is when Irma and stuff like that happened. And then it kept getting pushed to September, October. And then wasn't there something like in November that you were dealing with, Holly, and you and the Miguel and Holly fam, where like it just keeps getting pushed later and later?
Well,
and all that has
Irma,
to do
I
with
think was like Labor Day area.
Yeah, that was Labor Day weekend.
Day-esque.
Yeah.
But actually last year, both of last year's hurricanes that were really bad, I think were both in either late September or early October. We basically didn't get in October.
Yeah.
Like when the kids were going trick-or-treating, everybody was like, holy shit, it's Halloween, because we had to evacuate, rebuild homes. Like October was like crazy. And I think there might have been like one thing out in the Gulf, maybe in November, but yeah. And a lot of it too, I looked into this because I was like, God, why have there been such bad hurricanes? When El Nino is in play, which is like the weather pattern that starts in California and moves eastward towards the eastern US. When it is El Nino, it brings cooler air, which can sometimes create a less hectic hurricane season because the Gulf waters don't get so freaking hot. But the last time we had El Nino was like 4 years ago, maybe. And then it dissipates and then it turns into La Nina and it's warmer air. And so the Gulf is just hot. They've been saying too that the bacteria, people have been getting that flesh-eating bacteria, that Vibrio vulnificus or whatever it is, crazy this year because the water is so hot that there's never a time when it like finally dips down and gets cool. And it's just like, there's been a lot of that too. I guess I say all this to say it's been sort of accumulating over time. And my fear is that the hurricane seasons are just going to get worse and worse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely. Does that satisfy your suspicions of the aggressive looking clouds, Mom?
Nope.
No.
I have another theory that I got from a
Okay,
coworker.
Kevin.
Yes.
Okay, Kevin, let's hear yours.
So my coworker, her name is Kimmy. Maybe we call her and ask. She told me one time that the reason why, well, I don't know about the reason, but a lot of hurricanes form.
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to cut this short. I put it on hold. David is at the gate. I got to let him in.
Oh, got it. All right. Well,
hold on. Hold on.
no,
Oh,
okay.
okay,
No,
no.
Mom, you
Go
go
ahead.
deal with that. You go deal with that. Okay. Bye-bye.
Man, she would have loved this. My coworker Kimmy used to say that hurricanes are formed out of Africa.
Well, the waves do come from Africa.
Right, but specifically like Africa for a reason.
Why from Africa?
Because of history and how people in Africa were kidnapped to America.
And so what it was like voodoo?
Yes. Yes.
Like the literal landmass
I am so
Yes.
sorry.
of Africa
Yes.
has
Hello, are
chosen.
y'all there?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mom. Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, but
Fine.
look, I'm sorry about that, but I got to cut y'all off. David is coming to pick me up.
Okay.
We about to go to the hospital. Your uncle is not doing good.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait,
What?
Uncle Ty is not doing good?
No. My uncle from down south of Walnut, he's up here.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm,
Oh.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Okay, well, I will call you after the show to get some more details.
yes.
Okay, I got to run downstairs to let
Okay.
him in.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Love you, Mom. We'll
go,
talk to you
go.
later.
Love you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Love
Bye.
y'all. I am
Love
so
you.
sorry about this.
No,
No.
you're fine.
Yay.
You're fine. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Love y'all.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye. I love how parents, it takes like 5 love yous goodbyes to get them. All right, love you. Okay, love you. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's a good problem.
I love you. Bye.
She loves you. She does love you.
So yeah, I mean, I do think it. And then hold on, Zinda said that's how the clouds are in Florida. I've been told by visitors that our clouds hang lower than they do in other states. And then Doai said extreme weather patterns due to climate change.
Yeah.
And then Tony said, Zinda, you're right. We do have incredible cloud formations in Florida.
But your mom is in Atlanta, isn't she?
Yeah. But I
Okay.
just think that it's, I mean, listen, Western North Carolina, which is nowhere near a body of water,
Yeah.
and all of that's happened, is that like these things are just going to continue to happen. And
Yeah.
like we joke and we're laughing, but like those are the consequences of the decisions we as a society have made by allowing corporations to do whatever they want to the planet.
Yes.
And
With
this
no
is what
consequence.
happens. Yeah.
And I mean, listen, I can recycle my almond milk cartons till the cows come home, but it's the corporations that, like, yes, we can all try to do our own part, but we're not going to stop anything on our own.
Well, that's sort of like the people on on TikTok, whenever they're sort of there was a phase of a trend where you would ask TikTok or ChatGPT to like describe you, or like what it was, some sort of thing, some prompt you were asking ChatGPT about yourself because you interact with it so much. In every video I saw, the first comment would be someone like, you're part of the problem with climate change because you're using ChatGPT and ChatGPT is taking up all of our resources. I'm like, sir, Amanda sitting in Nebraska asking ChatGPT what's wrong with her is not the problem. It is the open AI and Meta and Google that are setting up these huge data farming centers in these small communities that are polluting their water and taking their resources.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Me not asking how to help put together dinner with the ingredients I have, that's not going to stop it from taking those resources from these very undeveloped towns.
Yeah.
Right. Like they shouldn't have just given it to us then.
Right.
If they knew it was going to consume so much drinking water, don't make it.
Right. And
But
that's
that's humanity's problem. We can't not.
Right.
We can't not. It always makes me think of Jeff Goldblum's quote in Jurassic Park where he's like, we spent so much time figuring out if we could, we didn't think if we should. Like that just describes humanity
That
in
is
general.
true.
I know
Yeah.
it's about dinosaur parks, but it could be said about really anything.
I mean, this is what AI, I mean, so many podcasts that I listen to every week, at least in the crop that I listen to, one of them, they're trying to, in a very 3,000 level foot view, how is it changing education, work? I mean, everything. I mean, even like, so we have something that we're doing here in Charlotte with fam members and we're trying to get a design ready. And Kelvin was like, "Oh, let me put the prompt into this ChatGPT, this AI, to get a logo." And outside of a couple of things, it was a pretty good fucking logo.
Yeah.
Like we're hiring someone to then take it and refine it,
Right.
and have the human touch to it. But the fact that it could spit that out, I was like, that's scary.
Yes. Yes.
Like that's where we are, but we haven't asked, because I mean, I feel like with technology, like as things change, we always have to adapt and we always just can't. It's sort of like with the whole manufacturing thing. Like when you think about a town like Buffalo, where Abe is from, or Holly, where you're from in Cleveland, like those towns were decimated when the steel mills were shut down or all the car plants moved overseas. And it's like, and Trump and which understandably so, he's trying to
bring manufacturing,
but it's
back.
not. It's changed. Like it's left. It's done. And the way that so many things are put together, it's impossible for it to go back. So those people have to adapt, and it sucks. Because if it happened to us, I'd be screaming and hollering too, your livelihood. But it's like also things change and adapt, and we have to figure out how to help all these different industries that are going to be horribly affected by this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what people should have been making the big bucks for, is trying to figure out how to move society forward.
Right.
Which there's always people trying to do that, but then, it is hard. It is hard to adapt, especially as a body of people. Because that is a lot of people's livelihood. Like, yeah, so my grandpa worked at the steel mills and was like, they just went away. They had all of these just empty factories, and you know what I'm talking about? Like Cleveland doesn't do that anymore, even though that was what it was built on. It was like the Rust Belt was like Buffalo, like in that whole area. And that's just not what it's known for anymore.
And they're still trying to, and I think Cleveland and Buffalo are very similar in how, every year I go, you can see that the city's trying to remake itself and figure out what it is. But it's hard to do that. And you can just see there's so many cities and neighborhoods in Buffalo for when I go visit that have just, and especially when I went this summer, because usually when we go, it's wintertime, it's Christmas, so there's snow. And so you don't really you just see the snow everywhere. But seeing it in the summertime, you're like, oh, damn. Some of these neighborhoods have just been ravaged or just left unattended.
Left behind in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so sad. But then in the South, like Charlotte, Atlanta, Tampa, everything is bright and shiny and new. And they're figuring out new industries and whatnot. So we really do need to figure out a better way to help these people. And all of the industries that are about to be affected, like it could be us.
Yes. I mean, that's one of the things we talked about at Morning Show Boot Camp last year, was like, what do we do with AI?
Right.
As a radio company. I mean, like I used to do voice work on the side, right? That was like my side hustle gig for years. And I have one client still that will sometimes use me. And I did get out of it because it got to be a lot, but like they can just use computer generated voice if they want to. I would argue, obviously, as a voice person, like there's something that you just cannot replicate via computer with a human touch, but that line is getting real blurry.
I was thinking about that yesterday. So I found an AI cover of Abracadabra, but by Ariana Grande, and it sounds so real.
Oh gosh.
It is insane. I can kind of hear what they did. They had a singer probably sing it, and then they attached the Ariana AI vocal onto it, because when
is it on your Instagram?
Just type in Arcus Music.
How you spell that?
ARCUSS. And then Abracadabra, Ariana Grande. And you could hear when it starts to break down, she goes, when she does the abracadabra, abra, you can hear how they try to lace, I want to say an Asian woman's voice on there. You can kind of hear the pronunciation and Ariana's mix in there. Everything else sounds legit, but everything except that part. And that's the part where AI is just still not too good.
Right.
But it is impressive what this song sounds like.
But we're not that far off.
No, we're not. We are not.
Obviously, because the growth is exponential.
Right.
Like it's just going to keep getting better and better.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what I think someone I was with at some point this summer had on Spotify, I think, and they have the like AI DJs. And I remember it was when we were in Miami and my friend Carlos was driving us around. He had Spotify on. And at first I was like, why aren't you listening to Y100 in Miami or listening whatever? And he's like, shut the fuck up. And then there was a guy who was like, that was blah, blah, blah. Here's blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and I didn't know about this. And I was like, oh, they have DJs on Spotify, like jocking records. And he's like, no, Miguel, that's AI.
It's AI. Yeah.
And I was like,
he's got a little accent and everything from New York.
Yes, I was flabbergasted because it sounded like a real person.
Yeah. Hey, it's DJ X.
Right.
And he basically puts like a collection of like 5 songs. And he's like, here are your favorite songs from like 2022. And I'm like, fuck. I was listening to Break the Ice by Britney or BB Rexa. Like it does a really good job. Yeah.
What I am concerned about is, or what gives me hope, at least for us, is AI can't come in and tell a story like Holly did about the awkward encounter in the work bathroom.
Right.
Or Kelvin, you trying to figure out what are you going to get rid of, or me talking about my friend Brandon and grief. The 3 big topics that 3 of us did on the show this morning, AI can't do that. They can like sit and talk about pop culture, but they can't make that deep connection of being
like,
relatable.
They don't have the personal experience. Even
they
if
can't
you
tell
say,
stories.
Right. Even if you said, okay, well, we're going to set up a call and like a human's going to interact with an AI and like a ChatGPT type of thing. And they could have a conversation. Like the conversation could be had, but that AI situation cannot relate with a.
Right.
And that's the big thing, I think. And I mean, that's going to have to be the saving grace for our industry.
I'm curious on you that are watching and that eventually listen to this. How are you, or are you nervous about how AI is going to affect your career, and how so? Because I feel like there's so many implications. Like obviously being selfish, I just think about how it's going to affect us.
Well, yeah. Well, it's our job.
Right.
And it started in our industry.
Right.
To be quite honest.
Absolutely. But I'm curious how you are nervous about it affecting the industry that you're in. Write it here in the comment section if you're watching this, or if you listen to this, text hits in your message to 96893. I'd love to like sort of go over some of those, because there are so many blind spots that we have that I'd be curious about what you do and how you're nervous about it. I believe this is the abracadabra.
On the distance, when the devil turns around, hold me in your heart tonight. The magic of the dark moonlight, save me from this empty fight. In the game of life, like a poem.
Wait, play that last part.
Wait, really?
That just press play.
Okay.
And how they were even it sounds like her, and she even changed. I don't know what that's called, Holly. Like rhythm, tempo.
Yeah,
what is it
like
called?
her. I like it sounds like her run, like like a run from Ari.
Yes, that is insane. It's not just like the way Gaga sings it in that same tempo. It's a way that Ariana would do a run. That was crazy to me, and I feel guilty really enjoying that and listening to that.
Well, and that's something the music industry is going to have to figure out. How do you stop that? Because can someone put that on Spotify or
and make money on it?
Right.
No, well, you couldn't, because the rights of the song belong to whoever.
but I just
label,
grabbed
the-
that from YouTube, and they may be monetizing their. So I mean, there's just like,
Yeah, I don't know how they put songs on YouTube because some of the stuff that Maya watches on YouTube, there's music underneath, and I'm like, how? Because usually it gets shut down real quick.
right.
So I don't really know how that's working.
It's only been up for 3 days. I'm sure this is going to be shut down soon.
Mm.
But I want to
Yeah.
save it.
Oh
I
boy.
want to save it. It's so good.
But you're taking away from those. I mean, they got millions of dollars, but still, but that's a Pandora's box that you open up, and how many younger artists that are trying to get a leg up that don't have millions of dollars, and someone, think about if Lil Nas X back in the day with Old Town Road, how that was so original and different. And if we had AI back then and someone had saw that before we got a hold of it and had created a different version, and then once something goes viral, no one cares that was Lil Nas X in Atlanta working at Zaxby's. They just like that version of whatever that could be.
Yeah.
It gets some of these real quick we'll go over before we head out. People that are nervous about AI. Anne Marie said, I'm petrified. My job easily could be taken over by AI. Cybersecurity really can be taken over.
Literally.
Zinda said, I'm in medical billing, and though we have seen AI used for some processes, it will never be able to decipher specific reasons why a claim is denied. We're seeing a lot of our claims being denied for invalid reasons, which may not be accurate. So using AI for billing is not going to work.
Yeah, that could cause a lot of issues.
And I hope,
and a lot of backlog.
right. And I hope that's the case. But then I can see someone being like, especially a big corporation, being like, well, because, they don't give a fuck about who dies or lives. But they're like, is the percentage that's wrong enough that we still make more money than having humans do it? Because that's how they end up looking at those lines, which is really scary. I want to say something there.
About AI?
You know what? No, it's not worth it.
Oh boy.
Say it. Say it.
Nope.
Say it. It's your birthday week.
No,
It's birthday month.
no.
You can say whatever you want.
Nope. Kelvin, how can people find you on social media?
At Kelvin Live. I'm on Instagram. Follow me there.
Holly?
Radio Holly on Instagram and TikTok.
I'm at Miguel Fuller. We will see you all on Friday. Bye.